Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first ever video, and I actually had filmed something else that I thought that I might like for my first video. I did my go-to look with the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I tested out a few new products, so I was giving you my first impressions on them. But I looked back at the footage and I just didn't like it. It just wasn't me. You could tell I was really uncomfortable in front of the camera. The lighting was all messed up. I mean, it's still... I'm looking in the viewfinder right now, or my monitor right now, and it's still not what I want it to be, but brand new, so work with me here. But I decided instead of doing a tutorial and instead of doing a first impressions on something, I'm just gonna sit down and tell you a little bit about myself while I get ready. So it's kind of like a chit chat, get ready with me type of thing. And you get to know me because it's my first video. It's my first thing going on my channel. So I figured this was a good way to break through and feel a little bit more comfortable. I have my door open. You're probably gonna hear my dog and my two cats at some point. I just feel really bad closing them off because my fiance is not home. So, and whatever, it's me, it's my life. So I figured it would just kind of work. So just a little bit about myself. My name is Trisha. About 2 years ago, I started really getting into makeup a lot. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos and I decided I need more makeup in my life. So I have grown a very ridiculous collection to some people, but I am absolutely in love with it. So I'm just gonna sit here, get ready, and tell you a little bit about myself. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is prime my face with the Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer. One of my favorite primers. I have very dry skin, so it's weird. I have very dry, acne-prone skin, which usually you see with oily skin. But I was just lucky enough to have dry and acne-prone skin. So go me. It's hard to find products that work with my skin and don't make me break out. So when I find something, I use it like crazy. If you hear a little jingle, one of my cats just walked in. And he's a loudmouth, so I'm assuming at some point I'm gonna have to cut out some of his yelling at me. Okay, so I just got my face primed with Marc Jacobs primer. I'm gonna take out my nose ring really quickly, just so I don't get makeup caked up on it. Okay, so I'm gonna mix two foundations today. I'm gonna use the Diorskin Forever foundation. I'm in the shade 014, which is, I think, one of their lightest shades. I'm gonna mix that along with a little bit of the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation and concealer. I love this foundation. I don't see a lot of people using it, but I absolutely love it because I love full coverage makeup, just because, as you can see, I have a lot of redness. I have a lot of acne scars. To be honest, like most of this down here, these aren't even like real breakouts. Like I have a couple right here, but most of this right here, this is all flat. It's just scarring. I had very bad acne growing up. I mean, I still have issues with it, but I didn't treat my skin properly, and so the scars are really bad. But it is what it is. My dog just walking in here right now, so you'll hear her little pitter patter. But I'm gonna take this. I have the Dior foundation on the back of my hand. The reason I like to mix these is the Dior foundation is more of a light to medium coverage. It's definitely buildable to full, but it's expensive. So I tend to mix in a more full coverage foundation like the Clinique foundation, because that gives me the coverage I'm looking for without using a ton of this expensive product. So that is why I mixed the two, and I love the way that they look together. Honestly, the Dior foundation is stunning. It makes your skin look flawless. And if I didn't have so much redness and a couple breakouts to cover and everything, I would definitely use it on my own, or on its own, I should say. It feels so good on your skin. It's super lightweight, and again, it's more of a medium coverage, buildable to full, but yeah, I don't want to use up all of that foundation that quickly, trying to build it up to full. So I will go in with a more full coverage foundation with it. And 9 times out of 10, I'll use that Clinique one. And then Nala. Shh. So what I'll do is I'll go back in, put a few more dots of this foundation on the spots I want more coverage with, and pat that into my skin. And again, I'm just using a damp beauty blender. It tends to work best for me just again because of my dry skin. It doesn't pull, like tug at any of the dry patches. I have a lot of foundation brushes that I do like to use, but I will mostly use a damp sponge unless the foundation really doesn't work with a damp sponge. Okay, now that I have that on, my foundation on and everything, I'm going to go into concealer. I'm using the Naked Skin Concealer. And, oh, I should add too, I am just doing like an everyday, simple, I guess you could say, everyday glam. I don't do anything besides full coverage because of my redness, because of my breakouts and everything. So even though I say natural or simple, it's still gonna be full coverage. I'm gonna look like I'm wearing makeup. I don't mind that. Again, if I'm wearing makeup, I'm wearing makeup. So anyway, a little bit about myself. I am 24 years old. I have an older sister and an older brother. I have 2 cats. This is one of them that you might have just heard squeal. She likes attention. And I have 1 dog. I would love to have about 6 more dogs. But I work an 8 to 5 job. I get there, I leave the house at 6:30 in the morning. I don't get home until usually around 7, just because I go to the gym after work. I have a lot on my plate right now, so I can't get another animal at this present moment. But I am one day going to have a lot more animals. Me and my now fiance have been together for it was 6 years in May, and when we were celebrating our 6-year anniversary, we went to Belle Isle. We live in Detroit. Well, we live in Michigan. We went down to Belle Isle in Detroit, and he proposed, and it was everything I ever could have imagined and more. It was private, just the 2 of us, which was pretty surprising seeing as it was a public place, but he did it. There's a little conservatory there, and he proposed at the garden in front of the conservatory. I honestly, I have no idea what he said. I swear I blacked out from shock and happiness. Everyone, asked me, how are you so surprised when, you've been together for so long? How did you not know? And I tell you, the thing is, I thought so many different times that he was going to propose. I was like, you know what, this is the day, he's going to do it. He had so many opportunities because we had been together for so many years. There were so many times that I thought, he's going to do it today, he's going to propose. And then I was sorely disappointed. And I mean, we're young still. We started dating when, officially dating when I was 18, but pretty much dating when I was 17 years old. So I get it, we're young. Being together 6 years, it didn't really make a difference because of how young we were. But I was ready, and I had been waiting. So we're going to Belle Isle, and I was like, you know what, this would be the perfect opportunity for him to propose. But he's had plenty of opportunities before, so don't get excited, Trish. It's not gonna happen. So I had convinced myself that this would be too perfect, right? It would literally be the perfect situation. This cute little anniversary celebration, date at Belle Isle. It's a beautiful place. So this would be too perfect. He's not gonna do it. So I was very, very surprised when he did. And I don't know, it was just, I love that he did it somewhere that we can go back to whenever we want. I don't know, it was really, really special. So we are getting married November 3rd of 2018. I'm just setting my face with a little bit of Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Powder. My cats are hissing at each other, so I don't know if you'll hear that or not. But yeah, we're getting married November 3rd of 2018 downtown. It is literally my dream venue. Like, I don't think I could have found anything more perfect than what I had, or than what I have, I should say. I'm so thankful to my parents. My dad told me that he just wanted to give me like exactly what I wanted. And I couldn't be more thankful for that. He is definitely giving me my dream wedding. And I'm so extremely excited to celebrate with our family and our friends. I have 3 girls that I have been best friends with since kindergarten and 1st grade. And so those 3 are 3 of my bridesmaids. My sister is my maid of honor. She is 4 years older than me, but everyone can't believe that she is, just because of how close we are, which is something that I cherish. I think it's very uncommon for girls that are 4 years apart to still be so close. Like, even though I was constantly wanting to do whatever she was doing, stealing her clothes, whatever I wanted, she cherished having a little sister, and I couldn't be more thankful because, and through our adult lives so far, not that it's going to change, but we are just so extremely close. And she lives in Grand Rapids, so it's far away. I don't like it. I mean, it's not far away. It's like 2.5 hours, but it's not down the street or in the next bedroom or in my same bedroom, because we shared a bedroom growing up. So it is hard. I wish every day that she was here still, but it is what it is. She has, an amazing opportunity to live there. Grand Rapids is absolutely beautiful, and she loves it. So she loves it. I'm happy for her. I just used the Marc Jacobs Tastic bronzer to warm up my face, and I used a Morphe R7. I really love this bronzer, and it smells so good. It's really good for my fair skin. I think that it gives me like a nice little glow on my face. And if you notice, I put the bronzer, it's looking really uneven on camera. Maybe it is uneven. Let me just add a little bit more there. But I think that this warms up my face very well. You'll notice that I only focus the bronzer on the outside, the outer portions of my forehead. I don't bring it to the middle because I already have such a small forehead that I don't want to make it appear any smaller than it already is. If you have a larger forehead, that's how you create the appearance of a smaller forehead, is putting the bronzer across the top as well. Not heavily, really get it in that hairline, diffuse it out. But anyway, I have also, my cousin Kristen is another bridesmaid of mine. She is Danielle's age, so she is also 4 years older than me. And we recently became very, very close. When we were growing up, she was very close with my sister, but I was so much younger than them, and I was always tagging along. And she didn't have that older sister or a sister at all to have those moments with. So Danielle was her best friend. They're the same age, and they were very, very close. So me and Kristen were never that close because we were not the same age. She wanted to hang out with Danielle more, but recently we've gotten so close. I have such a good relationship with her, and she's hands down one of my best friends. And she's got an adorable little daughter, Amelia. She's one of my flower girls. And then my little cousin Emily is another flower girl. And then I have 2 future sister-in-laws that will be bridesmaids. Chad has 2 younger sisters, Dana and Lucy. And Lucy will be a junior bridesmaid because she'll only be 12 years old, but Dana is going to be a bridesmaid. And then I have my wonderful sister-in-law, Rachel. She married my brother last year. And I'm just so happy. I couldn't have asked for a better sister-in-law. I feel like she just is the perfect addition to our family. Her family is great. We're all very, very close, good friends. So I absolutely love it. And so she will also be a bridesmaid. I just used the Milani Romantic Rose blush to give myself a little bit of a flushed look. And then I'm going to go in with my favorite part of any makeup look, which is the highlight. And I'm going to use Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. This is technically my second Champagne Pop compact, but I do have the whole face palette. So Champagne Pop is in the face palette that Jaclyn did with Becca. So I guess this is kind of number 3. But look at this. Oh, they stamped a little champagne bottle and bubbles in it, and it is so pretty. So pretty. I'm going to go in with a Morphe 510 and just hit the high points of the cheekbones. And I'm going lightly just because this is an everyday look. So, I mean, if you can call that lightly. But yeah, so that's my side of the bridal party. 7 bridesmaids and 1 junior bridesmaid. Then 2 flower girls. And then Chad is actually the oldest of 6. He has 3 brothers that will be on his side. Our friend Jeremy, my brother, and Kristen's husband, Jordan. So we are going to have the best bridal party. I'm just so excited for this wedding. And again, the thing I'm most excited for is just like partying with our friends and family. I don't know, I'm just so happy about it. So that's like the main thing about my life that I am just really looking forward to right now. Another thing about me is when I graduated high school in 2011, I started working for my dad. He owns an IT company. And so I started working right away. I decided I wanted to go into maybe sales for him. I wanted to do something for his company. So I decided right after I graduated, I was gonna go work for my dad. And I now am 51% owner of the company and CEO. He always had a plan to give the company to myself or my brother or my sister if they decided to go into his business. My brother is actually working for his other company. He's the VP of operations. My sister had a different passion. She wanted to teach, and she is damn good at it. But me and my brother took over the family business. So I am, like I said, 51% owner. My dad still owns the other 51%, or 49%, sorry. So that's what my 8 to 5 job is. And I'm just really happy that I did it. I love working with my dad and my brother. It's really fun. My sister-in-law works for us. It's just a really good time, and I feel very lucky to be able to work with them. What I'm doing right now is putting a little bit of that bronzer just in my crease, just to give a little bit of dimension, just because I am going very natural. I mean, if you can call this natural, but I'm not doing anything on my eyes besides that bronzer and then putting on mascara. But yeah, so I work with my dad and my brother. It's really fun. It's awesome. And besides that, I mean, that's like the highlight of everything. With my free time, which I don't get a lot of, I just play with makeup and I spend time with my family a lot. I live 5 minutes away from, not even 5 minutes away from my mom and dad. So I go over their house often and spend time with them. Or I'm just working on our house. We bought our house in we closed on it in 2014. And it is constantly being worked on. I feel like it'll never be exactly to where I want it to be. And we are actually looking at maybe moving, just because the area we're in now is really nice, but I just don't think it's gonna hold up very well. And I mean, we have a lot of room. We have plenty of room, but I don't know, I would like a little bit more space. I'd love a huge yard, and in Michigan you can find that, but the problem is everywhere you find all of that land and all that space is probably an hour to an hour and a half away from my current office. So that really wouldn't work. So we're kind of on the fence. We're in between. We don't know what we want to do. I don't know. We'll see. Now I'm going to grab the Benefit Goof Proof. Yes, Goof Goof Proof brow pencil, and I'm just gonna comb through my brows. As you can see, I have very thick, natural brows. So I don't need a lot. What I tend to do is just fill in a little bit here. I do need these brows done very, very badly, so I'm barely even touching here. And then I put a little bit extra at the tail end, just because my tails tend to not grow anymore. So I just fill them a little bit there. But yeah, I don't use a lot. So that's like pretty much an overview of me. I just felt like I wanted to give you like a little bit of an introduction of myself before jumping right into the tutorials. I don't know, I just felt like it was kind of needed. I felt really uncomfortable just jumping right into a tutorial, and I felt like if I posted it, I just wouldn't really like it. So I mean, and I don't know, I love when the YouTubers that I watch share like more of their personal life, because I feel like they are just like the most down to earth, like cool people, and I love seeing all that personal stuff in their vlogs and like in their Snapchats and everything. So I don't know, I just want to share that with you, and hopefully it gives you a little bit more of a understanding of like what I like to do, where I'm at in life. And yeah, I mean, the reason I decided to start YouTube is just because it's something that I've always really wanted to do. As soon as I started getting into it more and watching more videos, I was like, you know what, I feel like I can do that, because I truly enjoy showing other people the makeup looks that I do. Phone's ringing. Okay, so I honestly don't even know where I was at, because Chad called and I completely lost track. I think I was talking about the reason I wanted to start my YouTube channel. But I'm just gonna kind of wrap it up, because I'm at the end of my makeup look. So I'm just gonna spray my face with a little bit of Morphe, with a little bit of the Morphe Prep Set spray. By a little bit, I mean a lot. Just gonna grab a fan real quick. Dry that face. Everyone always asks me like, how do you get your makeup to do that? Like, how did you do that? I can never seem to do that. So I figured like, I'll just start doing these videos, because so many people ask me already. So why not? I mean, even if I only reach out to them, even if they're the only ones that subscribe to my channel and that watch my videos, at least I'm still helping my family and friends, because that's all I want to do, is I want to help people. I want to show you how I like to do my makeup and the techniques that I use just from watching other people and learning from them. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use really quickly the Jeffree Star and MannyMUA liquid lip, and I'm shook. And I might go off camera just because I'm terrible at doing lipstick without my face really close. I don't know why. Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie. I have really shaky hands. When I was lining my bottom lip, I went way too far down. So then I tried to match it on the other side. And it was terrible. People make mistakes. I do all of the time. Lining my lips is one of my least favorite things to do, because this happens to me all of the time. I have very small lips. I have very, very small lips, and I tend to have an issue. I tend to have an issue with it. Because I don't have very defined lips either. But yeah, I mean, everyone makes mistakes. It happens to me all of the time. So that's the thing, is like, everyone tries so hard to have this perfect look, do all these perfect things, but like, literally nobody is like that. Nobody's perfect. Everyone messes up with things. There are times when I try and do my wing and I end up having half of my eyelid with eyeliner on it, because I kept screwing up. So I kept going over it and trying to fix it. And the next thing you know, the whole eyelid is full of liner. So makeup is fun. Just let it be that. Exactly. Fun. Don't stress over it. Don't get worked up over it if you make a mistake. It's fixable, and who cares? That's what I want the vibe of my channel to be. I want to be relaxed. I want to be able to make mistakes and not have people jump down my throat about it. Okay, so as I was saying that I wanted my channel to be somewhere where I could make mistakes and not worry about it, I made the mistake of not realizing that my camera turned off. So below you'll find all of my social media handles, and please subscribe before you leave, give the video a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below on what you want to see next or any suggestions that you have for me, and I will see you in the next video. So thank you so much for watching.